Hola. I wanted to make this video to make sure that everybody understand how the scheduling work in this course. If you've taken Spanish 1 with Portales online, it's basically the same concept. So in my courses, everything on your left are really by module, which is not necessarily by week. So here, La Ropa, which is lesson 6, will be covered in 2 different weeks. You can always look at the introduction to the module 1, which is module 6. You should look at it. And you can see that each week covers 2 different weeks, okay? Week 1 and week 2. And the test is actually due at the end of week 2. Let me go back now. You do have some additional, let's go back to lesson 6. You have the link directly to Vista Hard Learning right here. And then you have additional grammar study guide, grammar study guides, PowerPoints, and then the lesson test. The lesson test is due on the 2nd week. When you go into additional ones, you're going to start seeing also the discussions. So the discussion boards are all within actually my courses. So when I go to the introduction to module 2, you're going to see that week 1 and 2 include more than just the activities from Portales, but also includes the PenPal activities. Here are the PenPal activities, okay? So there's a very important information here in terms of the PenPal activities that when I click on discussion, you can see that there are 4 different steps, but it's really 3. So after you're done working on the first posting and your question, it says the attention, the initial posting and question should be done by the Thursday of the 2nd week at 11:59 p.m. If a question is not posted below your initial posting, I will actually post a question, but you will not be able to get credit for the question, just for the posting. No, of course, you can still answer if somebody posts to you. And the last step, it's supposed to be submitted by the 2nd week of that particular lesson. Now, there's a very important course schedule that I upload in 2 different places. It begin here, and then there's a module called course schedule and due date. So here is the course schedule and due dates, but I also included that document right here. You can download it, you can print it, you can write it in your planner. But as you see, we cover 2 lessons per 2 weeks per lesson. Starting from lesson 7, you also will have discussion board activities in my courses, lesson 7, lesson 8, lesson 9, and lesson 10. And then you, of course, have your midterm, the project, and all that is in my courses as well, okay? In regard to your project, let me go back. I'm sorry, let me go out of here. And in regard to Portales, you're going to start today with lesson 6. So I'm going to go now to your course. Sorry, I teach a lot of classes. I'm going to go as a student, and you probably did that already. And when you go to Portales, you're going to see what's due and when. The first set of activities is due on the 26th. Keep in mind that you can always look for all the activities and their activities, and if you check, you have access to the first 5 lessons, but of course you need to access lesson 6 activities. If I click on assign all activities, I have access to everything. If I click on assign only, then you can see only the activities assigned. Okay, so the first section of the lesson is due on Sunday, this Sunday, but the second one will be due the next Sunday. The same with assessments. No assessment will be, nothing is available right now because I went as a student, but the first set of assessment will be actually available if I go to the course, and the second week of lesson 6, I will see the lesson test, which will be open only on the 2nd week, so a week before actually is due, okay? So that is very important. And finally, I wanted to tell you that I added a new module just as a backup resource. So these are your Spanish 1 review. You can always look for any activity tutorial from lesson 1 through 5 in Portales. But I have here some additional resources for Spanish 1. So you can see here regular verbs in Spanish and in English. These are all Word documents. You can see the basic conjugation for regular and irregular verbs. There's a review of conjugation and an answer key. And then general questions. There are a set of 40 different questions from Spanish 1 and answer key. Feel free to open them and just browse through them anytime during the first week or during the whole entire semester. Adios.